Hello and welcome everyone to the Collegiate Chess League summer season of 2024. This is the second Bughouse Qualifier Arena brought to you by Susquehanna. My name's Joe. I run the CCL, and we've got about 10 minutes before this arena starts. Looks like we have two teams so far in it. We need at least four teams. So we'll see if we get some more players joining. But right now, I do see Naji and Sajid. They're from University of Oran, so that's exciting to see them. I also see QWERTY has joined. So where's QWERTY from? QWERTY is from BITS Pilani Hyderabad in India. So yeah, a couple of international teams joining, so that's exciting. And yeah, I'm hoping for two more teams because then that would make four. Because the top four teams will qualify. Last arena, which was like 2 hours ago, we saw, I think, 12 teams show up. Um, but yeah, Bughouse, it's a fun variant. It's 2 versus 2, so it's teams of two. And there's two boards going on at the same time. Okay, I see Richard Zhu, so that he plans on joining. Richard is from MIT, so that's nice. What's up, Jesse? Good to see you. Jesse, do you play any Bughouse? Are you planning on it maybe? I think it'd be fun. You might you might not enjoy it at first. Um, but it's good to have a strong teammate. In the arena before this, we saw it was actually pretty close between the top four teams. Purdue got the first spot, Imperial College of London got the second spot, and then Colby qualified in third, and George Mason got the last spot in fourth. So those four teams have already qualified. They're not allowed to play in any more qualifiers. There's going to be three more, so this is one of them. And then there's going to be two more tomorrow at the same times, and then the playoff bracket starts next weekend. So that'll be exciting. So Bughouse is all about initiative and time. You could argue that chess is as well, but Bughouse, it's more of an extreme. Essentially, if you have the attack, um, then you can keep the pace. And if you have time, you can stall and wait and force your opponent to move and react. Because you can get trades on your partner's board, which is really beneficial for your attack. All right, so I see we have Briss and Jose rejoining from ASU. Although I guess QWERTY's teammate didn't join yet. Anyways, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a couple late stragglers to be expected. 5 minutes to go. Yeet has joined That's George Pashi from North Dakota State. Very nice. All right, yeah, lots of players joining in now. Awesome Game 04. Who is that? That is Edward Kim from Dartmouth. So I'm going to make sure that I reach out that all the players are partnered, because if they're not, the arena might pair them randomly. Anyways, let me show you guys the standings so far. So Yeetski is the highest rated player, but not by much. 1580. Yeet is George from North Dakota State, partnered with Big Fun. That's Ibrahim from North Dakota State as well. One of our ambassadors in the program, which is pretty cool. You can see he's got that diamond membership. All right, welcome to the party, Stream Elements. Better late than never. But yeah, I had to restart the stream because my camera is actually not working. You can actually see this is my second camera, my backup. So we're not at our peak quality that we're used to. Anyways, 3 minutes to go. We're actually missing, it looks like 2 teammates. Two and a half minutes to go. 9 players, so we are missing someone at least. Yeah, there's a player from Hyderabad. All right, Andriy is joining from Ukraine, and his teammate, the new top seed, are in. So 11 players, 2 minutes to go. You can sub in. Maybe if you had another Southern Illinois teammate, maybe we could let you join in one of tomorrow's arenas. Late register. Soccer Boy 2221 has joined. Okay, Arco's in there, which is good. Who's Soccer Boy? Soccer Boy is Richard from MIT. Okay. Yeah, oh, him and his teammate are the top 2 seeds, so they're probably going to be the favorite to win this. Okay, so 14 players, that should be 7 teams. The top 4 will qualify. And yeah, excited to see some bug. We'll see how this goes. This will be exciting. All right, starting in 5 seconds. Hopefully everyone's partnered. Oh, we had a 15th player join. Top 4 groups. All right, so we want to follow Soccer Boy. Yes, so this is MIT versus India. BITS Pilani Hyderabad is the school. So we kind of have some sort of like Scandi check pawn block. That's going to be a big weakness on c7. Bishop's going to move. Yes. d4, pawn back. There's a pawn that could be dropped here, but black would have a check. Castle's kingside for both sides. Bishop here already targeting this weakness. And the bishop does get trapped, actually. So Arco Dipta scooping up that piece, but that pawn going to be used in the attack. Pawn push, another long-term weakness here. So I'm already sensing some holes in the position, and white's trying to trade some material. Also, I notice MIT players are up on time. We see a trade. I would not be surprised to see something like this. There it is. Exchange sacrifice. What did I say? Pawn placed here now. Any heavy piece is going to be checkmate. So like queen check, for example. I mean, I would even try to bait rook here. Queen here. That's going for some queen trades. Yeah, look at this. Bishop block. I would totally have blocked with the queen if you knew your teammate could checkmate with that rook in the corner. But maybe Arco didn't need to give up the queen. It would be a good try. All right, knight here's strong, but knight check, perhaps even stronger. Have to take that. Well, actually, you didn't. The knight was guarding this. Anyways, queen here's a fork. You could block with the knight. You don't want to block with one of the heavy pieces, because remember, that's going to be checkmate. So we see queen and rooks traded. Knight block. Bishop takes is illegal. Bishop here, but not really addressing. Wow, the knight was mate. Yeah, queen sacked for knight is good too. All right, so our top seed getting their first win. Let's check in here. We've got some international players. Naji and Sajid. They're from University of Oran, I believe from Algeria. Playing up against Awesome Game and Batu from Dartmouth. So yeah, looks like black could take a rook if they wanted to. This team from Algeria is down on time, so forced to make some moves. Bishop takes with check. Probably see a pawn block. No. Here allows for another check. Urgent bishop is what Sajid's calling for. He wants a bishop to win some material. The problem is opponent doesn't need to take. Yeah, he's calling for it, but there's no captures. So he has to find a different move. He goes pawn here. Yeah. I feel like they've got a good position. They're just a little slow. Yeah, he tried to go for that skewer, but we see some blocks. Ooh, but he gets the knight mate. Beautiful. Yeah. Look at these pawns. All right. Let's tune in with Yeet Skeet versus Briss and Jose. This is North Dakota State at the bottom versus Arizona State at the top. Back rank mate blocked with this rook. Knight check, king f8. The knight's hit. Rook check here is going to force some trades. Bishop here, defending. Watch out. Rook at g8 would be checkmate. So bishop here undefends the knight. Very important. Takes, pawn takes. Is white going to put a pawn here? Could you imagine? Knight here's a fork, but you can take twice. There might be a pawn on e7 check. Ooh, this is going to be lights out. Actually, it's mate in one next. Just down a little bit of time. So big fun here. Ibrahim needs to make up like 10 seconds. Should be doable. Pawn here. Oh, pawn here. Strong idea. He's got to make up like 8 seconds. So white's putting up some resistance here, actually. This is kind of scary. Ooh, putting another rook here is interesting. Trade, and now rook here? You cannot take. Wow. King here. If Jose can find a mate in 1 second. Oh, but he's not going to do it now. He needed to try to take that. Now rook takes pawn. Yeah, and with that, they should be good to go. They should be up time now. Yeah, Yeet's saying it. We win. I'm surprised how many of these players are using the game chat instead of a Discord call. That would definitely help them. All right, and there you have it. They make the move and get mated. All right, let's check in. Okay, looks like MIT beat Ukraine. Here's another game. These are the two international teams. This is India versus Algeria. Looks like white has a strong pawn here in front of the king. That's a check. And we have resigns. Oh, there's mate. Rook on e8. Nicely done. Yeah, the Hyderabad team knows what they're doing, it seems. Yeah, MIT, they're 3 for 3. North Dakota State, 2 for 2. We have Temple, a late join. They were late in the first one as well, but better late than never. They are very strong for sure. They have Jeffrey. He's listed as 1,800, but his blitz is about 2,600. Made it to D1 in the Bullet Championship just the other weekend. Strong night here from Andre. Hey, Jenny, welcome back to you. Look at this pawn formation. All right, so the queen's hit. But yes, black's picking up. Whoa, taking the rook with check. They didn't even want the queen. I am shocked. I thought for sure the knight was going to be also a huge contributor in the attack guarding these dark squares. So only picking up an exchange as opposed to a whole queen. And yeah, precedents are still in the chat. Any Bughouse enjoyers? That's the question. Yeah, I feel so bad that these players are not in a call with each other. They should be really, like, they could really benefit from talking to each other because it saves a lot of time. So anyways, all right, here's a check. You got to watch out. I wouldn't go to like D8, for example. Queen C8 could be pretty strong. Yeah, it was a Botez Gambit declined. So where would I go? I would go up the board somewhere. Here you're going to get checked on F6. Here is probably safest, but knight, oh, rook check, okay. Yeah, knight here is going to hurt. I guess this you have to block, huh? But no, life's difficult. Knight check. You pretty much have to give up your queen, which he does immediately. Look at the time. Neither side has any time. Bishop check is a free piece, so that was probably not best. Queen takes. Rook sack is very beautiful. Queen check. Queen here's mate. Queen there's mate. GG. So the Temple team gets a win on the lower board against Ukraine. All right. We see a queen mate there from MIT against ASU. Who are we going to watch next? We can watch this one. Tips for 1,000, I would just keep playing. Analyze your games. Play longer time controls. All right. Let's see how Jeffrey wants to play this. He still needs to complete some development. His queen side hasn't moved an inch. You know Richard, Nick, from MIT. He's playing against the India team right now. This India team is pretty strong. Wow, they've only played 2 games. I thought they won at least twice. I guess not. Well, we can follow Richard, top seed, see how he does. We were watching Wikipedia. This is a strong pawn here. You could put a bishop here if you want. Probably waiting for some queen trade. Castles. Knight takes. He wants rook here if pawn takes. And if queen takes, actually, queen here ensures a heavy piece. And they're up 15 seconds, so this was really a smart play. So his teammate gets the king lured out to g2. Pawn at h3 check. Queen here. Might as well be a forced queen trade, because if the queen goes here, you're scooping up the rook with check, and probably you could put pawn or bishop here and get the rook in to h1. Although white does have a knight they could put on g3 to guard that. But yeah, QWERTY's just not moving. They're trying to bring it down to like a time scramble, but the problem is they have way too much time. So yeah, avoided the queen trade, but has to give up the rook. King on the run. You could go queen here and force a queen trade, actually. Now you're in check. Yeah, just queen check here. Nice and simple. There it is. And there's the queen. GG. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if anyone can beat Richard and the MIT team. Maybe Temple. Maybe Jeffrey could do it. Jeffrey won their game that we left. Yeah, Jeffrey and co. 2 out of 2 gives them the 3rd spot. North Dakota State, they're 4 out of 4, so also perfect. Trailing MIT by 1 point. Pawn here, this is strong. Check. Knight and pawn cover that. I guess I should look at the second board. Don't give up a queen. So no queen from Jeffrey's partner. Pawn. King takes. No more checks. Besides this one. I don't think it's any good. Knight comes out. Pawn takes. Queen takes. Gives a square for the king. But now knight takes, or king takes, and now this guy's pinned. You could push a pawn. You can place a pawn. Probably you're looking for checks, though. But no. Check here. You can block with something. Pushes. Maybe creates some weaknesses. Precedencer is asking for trades. He likes that this king is exposed. But it's not his teammate's turn. So Precedencer's down on time. He's got to play with what he's got. And knight here would be crushing, actually. Sacrifices. Kind of crazy. considering they're down so much time. It's 11 seconds. So Precedencer's just got to play with what he's got. So giving up that bishop for a pawn, probably not the best choice. Probably you want to push. The problem is check, knight check is a fork, but I guess this queen's hanging. Well, I could sack for the rook and take the knight, so... Pawn push, that takes away that square from the knight, so that's helpful. Also opens up the bishop in case a pawn or a knight lands here. Okay, now the trades are coming. Here we go. I would have started maybe with a rook? I don't know. Bishop check is strong. King here. Bishop here, but there's no bishop. So rook here. Oh, but he goes here. I don't know if that's as good. I don't think it is. Because you would have had queen takes with check. So now white has a chance to stir up some trouble. Here's one check. King here. Takes with check. And now what is the question? Ooh. Jeffrey's teammate had that queen smother mate. Well, not a smother mate, but... all right. Let's find the next game. We could follow them. Ooh, I just missed the MIT players. We could follow North Dakota State and see how they're doing. They actually got into second place. They're 5 out of 5. Temple is 3 out of 3, so perfect so far. India and Algeria are in the 5th and 6th spots, trying to make top 4. Yeah, I don't know if it's paired the MIT players yet. Okay, well, we're watching Ukraine versus North Dakota State. Pawn push is a weakness for sure. Speaking of weaknesses, maybe some more weaknesses. Yeah, maybe you should continue with the fianchetto and try to get castled. Both knights hopping in towards this king. Bishop takes, bishop takes. H3 looks very tender. That's a free knight, no? Or I guess a trade you could take with whatever. Yeah, look at this infiltration here from Ibrahim. Knight check now is a fork. You either give up the queen or move the king. So king moves. Knight here would be pretty crushing. But just taking the rook. This rook, helpful defender. Wow. Knight takes pawn. It's kind of crazy. Bishop check, rook takes, king takes. Knight check here. Put the king back. Check is going to force the queen. Pawn takes is going to do some damage because the knight can't go here. You're blocking your bishop. That's brutal. You might need to put a rook here, and then there's knight takes. Maybe put a knight. No, still. This is Ukraine at the bottom, and we have North Dakota State at the top. North Dakota State's doing really well on this board. This is Ibrahim, their ambassador. Hello, Chuck. Shout out to Chuck. The team from Ukraine is Kharkiv. All right, pawn check, and now black needs a heavy piece, which I guess you could have taken. But the knight also works. All right, so Kharkiv actually gives North Dakota State their first loss of the arena. So that ends their streak at 5. So we can tune into Temple again. Looks like Jeffrey's doing very well. King back. And queen places with mate. So now I want to see the MIT team. So here we go. Naji and Sajid, they're from Algeria, University of Oran. I think that's Freddie and Richard. Richard's the top seed, 22-23. But he just yeah, he's landed a fork, so that's very good. And look at the time difference, actually. 40 seconds to a minute 50. And once the queen is off the board, that queen's going to go right to g2, where it's checkmate. So, yeah, Naji saying no queen in the chat, but perhaps not realizing that his opponent is going to lose a queen on the next move. So Sajid saying, well, if you said no queen, then I guess I can't move. But they're gonna get flagged. Waiting for your food. That's kind of what the MIT team's doing right now. They're waiting for their food. But it's not gonna get there. They're gonna just flag and time out. So probably not the best match strategy in an arena. But okay. Moving on. Oh, here's the matchup we want to see. Richard versus Jeffrey. These are the top two players. And looks like we already had a sacrifice on f7. Richard's trying to get in with the pawns. Lining up some discoveries here. Castles, castles for both sides. Bishop check, king in the corner. Knight takes, queen takes. The threat is rook takes bishop. This pawn is pinned. The threat's also bishop takes. I think Jeffrey's gotten through the worst of it. Yeah, this is looking good for the MIT team. Knight takes. Lots of dark squares. Here we go. Pawn here, saying to heck with the material. Yeah, rook takes, rook takes. Pawn push. You could have sacrifices if you want. Queen takes with check. Rook counterattack on the queen. Check blocked the pawn. Queen hits the bishop. Bishop defends the knight. That's a skewer. A block. Was that a free bishop? I don't know. Oh, knight here would be, well, queen still guards that. Knight here, yeah, we're trying to dislodge the queen defense of f7 because we want to put a knight right there for checkmate. Pawn here is very strong, for sure. Oh, and there's the mate. Jeffrey missed it. Yeah, we saw that one. That's tough. Okay. So, MIT looks like they're going to run away with this one. 37 minutes to go, and they're 8 out of 8. Perfect so far. So, if Temple's not going to beat them, I don't know if North Dakota State could beat them. They haven't gotten paired yet. Oh, they're paired right now. So this is number 1 versus number 2. So we'll follow along here. All right. Looks like a rook was taken. Lots of material on this top board. Pawn hits the rook. Rook hits the pawn. Yeah, rook was traded off over here as well. Rook check, gets some trades in. Kind of forced to take that. Let's see, 2 rooks over here. Pawn check, knight takes. How helpful is this? Bishop attacks the pawn. Pawn attacks this pawn. Takes. Maybe knight in the center? No. Pawn. Knight. Oh, and the queen's coming in hot. Richard going to town. Queen takes rook with check. Either block or move. I guess the king couldn't move, so it was block only. Knight check, king here forced. A rook would win the queen. What else? This bishop guarding the checkmate. Here. Here. Bishop tucks back. Okay, some interesting moves. For sure. I would consider maybe queen a3. Looked good, but okay. Trade off instead. Knight here. We can get forked. Knight here is peculiar, because that's going to lose material. King here is mate, and block is mate, so that's a forced mate. That's GG. It's queen takes pre-moved. All right. Yeah. MIT officially has beaten the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed with no end in sight. They're 9 out of 9. Ooh, pizza sounds good. I just had lunch. What's on your pizza? Okay. Whose game shall we watch next? There's a lot of games going on. Let's see. Who's in standings for 4th place? 4th is QWERTY and Arco Dipta. So that's who we're watching right now. All right, I love this for black. This looks really good. What's going on over here? Queen trade, probably really good for black. Safe kings for both sides on this top board. So, okay, there's a check. You can block with the pawn. Yep. Yeah, this should be a win for India. I don't see how Arizona State is going to defend this one. I'm expecting a queen trade. Okay. Ooh. Well, okay, we can just take this. And if takes with discovery, we take with check, counter check. So discovery was not so good because the queen was hanging. And yeah, queen trade has just happened. So if king takes, for example, queen check here would be strong. Actually, maybe not that good. King goes back and our queen's hanging. I guess maybe, no. Okay, bishop takes. Now we can take the rook, which looks good to me. You're vegetarian. Okay. I had a pita wrap, like a gyro. I think they're spelled gyro. I mean, I used to pronounce them gyro. I don't know what happened. Okay, knight takes this rook. Discover double check. King here. Maybe we take this. Maybe we go back for the other rook. Oh, dropping the knight with mate. Yeah, I wasn't even looking at the material. That's beautiful. Yeah, Arco Dipto, I can tell he's got some experience for sure playing Bughouse. Guy knows what he's doing. Wow, Temple team got mated by Ukraine. Kharkiv. Okay. So now it's Kharkiv versus North Dakota State. I feel like we saw this matchup earlier. Can't remember. Okay, yeah. Precedencer, asking for material. He gets the pawn he wanted. Knight check. Another pawn would be... He wants trades. Not a lot of trades happening on this other board. He's calling for stuff. Yeah, pawn and knight is in checkmate. So he's calling for it. This guy knows what he's doing too. This guy's a bug player for sure. So... looks like maybe they were down on time, so the player was just waiting. Ooh, that's a fork. Yeah, we don't want to be pushing these c pawns. Yeah, promote to knight, rook takes, there's bishop takes. Brutal stuff. Brutal stuff. And the attack has died down now. White's planted a pawn on g2, so having to rework some of this magic that he had earlier. I'm going to reach out to this team and tell them to hop on calls next time if they don't qualify in this one. Yeah, these sacrifices, like knight takes, yeah, this should be working out. I would be surprised if Ukraine can come back from this. Although, North Dakota State, a little slow, truth be told. Bishop here would be very annoying. That should win the queen, because this rook is pinned. And there's the bishop. Wow. Maybe I spoke too soon. So even if you're completely winning, the time is such an important factor. But looks like black's going to be getting in against Andre. Anyways. Bishop comes out, attacking the knight, trying to take some light squares in the center. You could still do that. Queen comes in, pins this. Knight here. Knight here should win. He doesn't have any material. So he's going to have to just try to win this the old-fashioned way. Attacking the knight. Knight goes here. Okay, he's got a rook. He still wants a knight, by the way. So let's see. Look at all this material on this board. But okay, Ukraine now is down on time. Actually, maybe stalled a little too long. Check. Ooh, that's a big one. Queen's gonna try to find its way in. Ooh, but that's mate. Okay, so North Dakota State, as I expected, they are in second place, 8 out of 10. Looks like Temple lost their streak. And now India has made their way into the top 4. Let's find a new game. Let's see. All right, here's a big one. This is number 4 versus number 3. Temple versus India, Hyderabad. Pawn block hits the queen. Queen's got to get out of there. Bishop block would almost trap the queen, but the queen had a3, I guess. All right, knight hits the queen again. Queen steps up to a3 now. Yeah, bishop here is a nice fork. Yep. So Jeffrey gonna give up a heavy piece. His queen placement, not so great. He got a check, but that gives white a lot of initiative and now winning material. And let's see, his teammate though, Jeffrey's teammate has an initiative here, a check. Queen drop would be huge, but there's no way they're trading queens anytime soon. So just taking the rook for now. Knight takes. There's knight takes with the fork. If Arco wants it. Queen comes all the way home. So this king's got 2 queens nearby. Dropping a knight here is very interesting. Guarding this pawn, I suppose. Now any heavy is mate. Franco, thanks for the follow. And Starcross as well. And Sono. Sorry if I missed all of you guys. But yeah, welcome. Let's see how much time is left in this arena. 26 minutes. Yeah, MIT, I don't think anyone's going to beat them in this one. To be fair, they're 13 in a row. Then North Dakota State, I think they've got a solid clinch on second place. Jeffrey from Temple, Arco from Hyderabad and India, they're tied. These 2 teams right now are tied for third, so they're fighting for this third spot, which will help them in their standings in the bracket next weekend. So, big match on the line. Also, team from India, they're on a streak right now. All right, so bishop trade, pawn push, trying to undermine the defense of the knight. Let's see what's going on. Pawn here, yes. This is strong in a strong attack from Paolo, I believe. All right, pawn takes. There might be knight d2 check. Discovery on the rook. Although I guess, okay, it goes all the way back. Pawn push now, attacking the knight. Knight takes on b7, knight takes. Yeah, the king is very weak here. The king could get very easily mated, actually, and very little time for either player from India. So that's actually very unfortunate for them. Knight double check. King has to move. No time to take. King goes back. There's got to be some sort of mate. Pawn check. Whoa, where did that rook come from? What? Another check. Here, there's check. Here, there's check. What are they waiting for? King here. Would love a pawn. That would basically be mate. There it is. Yeah, and they're up so much time they can wait for it. Blocks, and where's the mate? I mean, it doesn't matter. You can just flag them. Yeah, any move is good enough. All right, so Temple, they end India's streak, and they stay in third place, getting 2 big points there. That was a very big win for them. Ukraine is in 5th place. I don't see them catching. I think they'll have to play again tomorrow to qualify. We can keep watching. Who do we want to watch? Top 2 seeds, maybe. This game has just started. And there's already been a sack on f7. The knight just launched itself immediately. So let's see if North Dakota State can put a stop to the MIT team. Pawn on h6, taken. Another pawn on g7 placed. White trying to stir up some trouble. King over. Okay, I think black's been able to get somewhat safe here. Looks like a pseudo castle by hand. The long way. Pawn on c2, queen left. Pawn attacking the queen again. Probably just take it. Takes, gonna open up this king a little bit. Richard insisting on this attack. Knight here would be a fork. Bishop takes. Opens up the rook, but allows his pawn to get into this quadrant. Pawn on g7. Whoa. Queen f3. Look at that. Smothered mate idea. Beautiful. MIT is on it today. So, yes. Blocks with the knight on f5. Bishop pins that guy. So you got to drop here. Trade. Look at this. Look at the time. Richard insisting on a heavy piece trade. And of course, oh, and they're going to get it, but their time, they just were able to catch. Oh, but the diagonal is going to be made. Yeah, king had to go up, but it was going to be done anyways. Or queen sack, I don't know. But yes, the 2 knights and pawn checkmate. Beautiful play from MIT. They're really on shape. They're on form. Unstoppable. So they're going to qualify in first place here for sure. But they're going to have more opponents to play next weekend in the playoff bracket. And even though North Dakota State lost this one, I think they're safely in second. So I guess we want to keep an eye on this Temple team and see if they're able to hold on to third place. And they're looking good here against Kharkiv. Yeah, rook takes is winning the queen. That's a beautiful move here, just winning. And yeah, Jeffrey using this material, taking the initiative, and just sacrificing on g7, attacking the rook, taking control over h6. Maybe gonna drop something on f8, and they're up time. Bishop here is a desperation. Trying to dig up some checks, but should be safe enough. Andrew's saying, don't give up a queen. Yeah, knight takes rook, bishop takes. You can take or go away. If you go away, I guess queen drops is annoying. That would have been checkmate, actually. Here, yeah, so black gets a lot of this counterplay. But I think the checks run out, as we're seeing here. So a nice little rook block. Queen drops is checkmate, by the way. Pawn check, king takes. And surely there's going to be all this material coming down. Precedent saying just take the pawn. You're not going to leave that pawn there. All right, check, queen block, knight could take. So, okay, takes, knight does take. So there's no more queen to drop. Check, rook block, bishop block. Yeah, mate here instead. So yeah, Temple, they're going to add on to their lead over Hyderabad. Let's see how they're doing. They're playing against Arizona State, and they won. All right, Temple now versus North Dakota State. 18 minutes to go. I feel like Temple could catch up to North Dakota State. 14 points. They're kind of starting a streak. They could beat North Dakota State right now. You can get some quick wins in Bughouse. So let's see. They should be doing well. Oh, North Dakota State's doing well against Jeffrey, at least. Strong pawns. That's what happens when you play g6. Bishop here and knight takes. Bishop takes, queen takes. There's bishop takes here. No, it takes here instead. Then takes on h3. Knight here is going to be devastating. Queen takes, maybe knight here. Wow, pawn here. I don't know if you'd want to take this, but okay. Now the knight comes out. Castles. Defends this pawn. This is an annoying pawn. Save king here. Trying to attack this king and can do so. I would take with check. Down on time on this board. Gave up the queen somewhere. Some knight check, yes. Susu, thanks for the follow. Okay, queen would be mate. Pawn would be really strong. Because there's another knight. Yeah, a pawn should be mate. Any diagonal. Yeah, bishop check and then knight here is mate. GG. That's done. So Wikipedia goes down. Although, okay, there's a bit of time difference on the clock. So It's up to Big Fun to survive. And there's maybe some issues. But okay, this should be good enough. Knight here, getting ready to castle. Surely. Queen up, just castle. Yes. Bishop here. Ooh, pawn here. Rook takes. Bishop take. Oh, trading here. What's he trying to do? Just trying to trade. Make up some time. Yeah, blue panda, I don't think is going to get the job done here. I think Jeffrey's going down. Time difference is 11 seconds. I don't see white getting mate in 11 seconds. Maybe you can go, like, yeah, queen of the back rank. Maybe the f7 pawn was hanging. Queen takes f7 still. Honestly, it's not that far off. Why aren't we taking on f7? There it is. And now what? Get the rook in? Oh, yeah. 3 seconds difference. Wow. Is blue panda going to get the job done? I think they just might. Where does this light square bishop go? Guards the c file. But can you guard the g7 pawn? Wow. The answer is no. So Temple, with their extra time, gets the job done. Jeffrey was made in 1, but it didn't matter. His teammate had enough to get the job done. So that's going to move them up 10 points now behind second place. MIT now has 69 points with 18 in a row. India only 4 points behind Temple. And yeah, looks like the lower half of the tournament not doing too hot. Arizona State hasn't won a game yet. Yeah, this is number 7 versus number 8. We got a sack on f7. Bishop hits the queen. X-rays the g-pawn. Bishop check, but okay, bishop takes us free. Still can't take. So that was not a good idea. Here, trying to attack this king. Queen moves, now bishop takes. You lose the knight, but you can take the rook. I just want Arizona State to get a win, you know? Pawn check is strong. Here's a check. So if pawn takes, queen takes queen. Oh, that's mate. Oh, Jose. No way. Unfortunate. All right, let's tune back in with Jeffrey versus Kharkiv, Ukraine. Knight fork, picking up the queen. Nice tactic from Jeffrey. Takes with check. Smart. You want to do everything with check. Knight at e2, or just knight e2. Knight here, king takes. What else? Yeah, probably knight f5 wasn't the best, but you know, that's okay. can you get away with taking this? Here, another check. Another block. There's knight takes. Yeah, definitely we didn't want to give up the knight on f4. I feel like there was something missed. Surely. Here, there's rook takes pawn with check. I guess it's not that high stakes of a position. Jeffrey's winning a lot of ways. Knight on g5 on the second board. Knight at g1 defending. So yeah, tempo's way up on the clock too. And should be winning this very soon. Discovery. Queen here. Oh. Rook takes. Oh. Queen here is mate in one. Very nice. So let's see. Okay, Temple now versus North Dakota State. This is a rematch. This is another big one, right? This is number 2 versus number 3. MIT now at 20 in a row. Over double the points ahead of the second place team. A Temple win here would get them within 1 away from second place. So I think that's what they're going for. Or at least should go for. Where did the queen go? Knight check, lowering the king out. Knight takes, hitting the rook. Rook goes here, attacking the knight. Bishop. Rook takes, knight takes. Bishop takes. Yeah, looks like White just wants a lot of trades for Jeffrey. But Jeffrey's the one in check. He takes this. Takes allows for a queen trade, which would be really good for Temple, considering where this queen is. In fact, okay, they're down on time, Temple. So they do have to keep moving. They can't sit. Knight here, threatening some things. There's a trade. Bishop takes. Ooh, that's a nice fork. Okay. All right, so Ibrahim gets that queen off the board. Check. Yeah, the material's coming in a little late. There goes the knight. This bishop can get trapped with the pawn, but it's not there, so Abraham just opens up the rook, develops that last minor piece. Pawn taken with check. King takes back. All 4 players just under 2 minutes. Temple's up on time now. The bishop does get trapped. I guess you can go here. Should go here. Goes here instead. Now here? Forced? Or are you going to go for some counterattack? Maybe a bishop here is annoying. Actually. Okay, trade. Knight hits both bishop and queen. So the queen has to move. Goes here. Yeah, this king should be fairly safe with all these light squares around. Fork? I would drop a pawn. I guess knight takes with check, huh? Oh, takes here. He just wants the material. For some reason. Or maybe he missed knight takes with check. Bishop here would win the queen. Pawn blocks, still a bishop. Ooh, he wanted the pawn because he wants the queen. But I thought just rook here. Wow, gives up the queen. That's a huge attacker. Ibrahim, what are we thinking here? Yeet. Low on time. Ibrahim starting an attack, but there's not enough material to follow. Thoughtful Gaming, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Bishop takes with check. If king takes, there's going to be some light squares. I mean, if you don't take, you're going to get mated. But another diagonal will do it. That's it. Pawn check. Jeffrey's mated once again. But they're up time again. Deja vu from their rematch. Can Blue Panda get the job done? Bishop check. No blockers for Ibrahim, so he's just on the run. King comes out. Is there a mating net? Oh, there's lots of material too. Why not drop stuff? You just push this pawn. So down about 9 seconds. Can Ibrahim survive? The answer, probably no. Bishop check. The king's already mated, actually. This is just death by flag. So they resign instead. Wow. Deja vu. Jeffrey mated in 1. He just holds still for his teammate to carry the victory home. And with that, they're now 4 points away from taking the second spot. And they could get it done with their streak, I think. So, and here we go. They need a win before the arena finishes. So they have about like 50 seconds to spare if they pre-move a lot. And they're playing against Kharkiv, strong team. What's interesting as well is if they don't get the job done, the team from India could actually tie them if they win. So who are they playing? They're playing North Dakota State. In North Dakota State, they're going to try their best to hold on to the number 2 spot. MIT, they're still a perfect 22 out of 22. 85 points. So no one's been able to beat them this entire hour. Their power hour. Arizona State also hasn't gotten any wins of their own yet. So I think what we want is to watch. Well, this one's going to be good. Either this one or the Wikipedia one. All is well. Maybe we can try our best to keep an eye on both of them. Look at this safe king here. Andres created this fianchetto with some extra pawns. So might be hard to break that down. Meanwhile, blue has 2 dark square bishops, 2 d pawn. Wow, fast mate from Jeffrey. Now they're playing with MIT. I was not looking at Jeffrey's board, so that was kind of a shame. But looks like the queen trade helped him in the knight in. So both Ukraine players opted for fianchetto. Didn't work out. Okay, looks like Richard's already crushing Jeffrey pretty well here. And yeah, Blue Panda 1 has lost their queen. So this MIT team is just steamrolling everyone today right now. Maybe we watch this one. This one's going to be a little closer. Yeah, and with Jeffrey getting that quick win, I don't think... Well, yeah, North Dakota State, they could pass them. So with that, Temple actually takes the number 2 spot. How much time is left in this arena? 1 minute. 1 minute. I don't think North Dakota State is going to pull it off. I think Jeffrey's quick win is going to give Temple the number 2 seed. And North Dakota State, I don't think this game's going to finish. And yeah, Hyderabad unable to catch North Dakota State, so they should finish in 4th place. So that'll do it for today. We have 2 more arenas tomorrow to figure out the last 8 spots in the playoff bracket for next weekend. So I'll be streaming same times tomorrow. We might see a checkmate, actually. King has forced to take. And now knight here's mate. No, I guess the king goes up here. Huh. Oh, but now there's a queen on the board. Okay, queen check. And now knight should be... Oh, what? Knight? Drop a knight? There's the knight. All right. Well, so North Dakota State gets a... Oh! Wow, and that buzzer beater checkmate. India could have stalled out, and they didn't. So with that, they actually steal the second place back from Temple. Wow. Buzzer beater. Very big, very important. That's a huge standing difference for the bracket. So first place, completely unbeaten, a perfect 22 out of 22 goes to MIT, Richard and Freddie. And second place goes to North Dakota State. They were losing to the Temple team. Temple also joined late. So you'll see MIT had the most games, 22. North Dakota State played 19 games. Temple only played 13 games. And they were 2 points behind North Dakota State. And then India getting that fourth and final qualifier spot for this arena. They also only played 13 games. But yeah, so congrats to them. We have a couple teams just outside. They're going to have to play again next week. I'm going to look at that team from Ukraine and see if I can help them hop on a call or something. Because they're talking to each other through their game chat, which can be tough. But yes, let's put down our standings, our qualified spots. So B1 goes to MIT. The second spot goes to North Dakota State. Where are they? Here they are. Third spot goes to Temple. And the fourth and final spot goes to Hyderabad. All right, so yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Congrats to the winners. Good luck to them in next weekend's playoffs. And good luck to the remaining teams that are trying to qualify. So we have 8 spots down, 8 spots to go. 2 more qualifier arenas tomorrow. One at 10 a.m. Pacific and the second one at 1 p.m. Pacific. Same as today. All right, let's find someone to raid. So who is on? Okay, let's raid Ajalin. Also, yeah, happy International Chess Day, everyone. All right, thanks, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye.